morning I want to read a meditation script that I found online from the guided meditation site, and it's about cultivating abundance. So I just invite you right now to get comfortable wherever you are. You know, the place and the space that you're in is a sacred space, is a secure space. And let's just start by breathing in deeply. And just signaling for your body to relax. Taking this time right now just for you. Breathing in. Breathing out. Each breath, a gift of life, this conscious recognition of spirit as our life, as our breath. So continue with your breathing as I read you this meditation. Start at the top of your head and relax your scalp completely. Feel the skin and your temples relax. Allow your eye muscles to relax. Allow your jaw to soften. And let your ears, nose, and chin, teeth, tongue, and gums relax. Now just let this peaceful feeling flow down your neck. Feel it soothe your throat. And feel it dissolve any tension on contact as it glides down to your shoulders, upper arms, forearms, wrists, and hands. Let this peaceful sensation of relaxation begin to fill your torso. Feel it relax your chest, giving your heart more room to grow. More. Let your heart grow more expansive, more loving, more giving and forgiving. Breathing in and soften your belly muscles. And let this relaxation penetrate even deeper, releasing any tension from your internal organs. Now let it wrap around you, enveloping you in love and peace as it softens all the back muscles, all the way down to the base of your back, your spine. Continue to breathe in deep and fluid breaths. Breathe in health, happiness, and harmony. Breathe out any tension, toxins, worries, or disease. Just allowing anything that does not serve you to leave your body like a dark cloud. Send this peaceful feeling into your hips and your buttocks. Let it glide down your thighs, relaxing your legs completely as it down to your knees, calves, ankles, and feet. Allow any remaining tension from anywhere in your body to flow out your toes, leaving your whole body feeling very comfortable, peaceful, and relaxed. Continue to breathe deep, relaxing breaths, feeling your belly rise on the inhale and fall on the exhale. Notice how the air feels cooler as you breathe in and warmer as you breathe out. Now imagine a golden, glowing ball of light about a foot above the crown of your head. On an inhalation, breathe that light in through the top of your head, through the center line of your body. Breathe right down to the tailbone. On the exhalation, breathe that light back up the way it came and out the top of your head. We'll do this 3 times to begin balance and to align your chakras. Begin to focus on your root chakra at the base of your spine and visualize a vibrant, red, glowing ball of light. Or if you prefer, imagine a red crystal, flower, or fruit. This chakra brings health, security, and dynamic presence. Feel it empower you as it connects you to earth energies. You are radiating power and vitality. Breathe the color red in and out as you see yourself living your healthy ideal, feeling happy and grateful for radiant health and boundless energy. Weighing your perfect weight with a strong, balanced immune system. Feel how good it feels to have all of the energy you need to do all the things you love to do. You feel so grateful for this magnificent body that moves so freely and well and looks so good. Feel yourself healthier than you've ever felt before. Now let this vibrant red chakra continue to grow and spin as you move up to your sacral chakra, located between your root chakra and your navel. Here, see a radiant, glowing orange ball of light. This chakra holds the energy of money, power, sexuality, and creativity. Breathe in a rich, beautiful orange color. And feel it bring the gifts of being happy, enthusiastic, sexually fulfilled, prosperous, and abundant. See yourself experiencing true wealth on every level. Being grateful for the abundance in your life now. And imagine riches flowing to you in expected and unexpected ways. Let this chakra continue to grow and spin as you move up to your solar chakra, located a few inches above your navel. Here, see a beautiful, sunny, yellow, glowing ball of light. Visualize a lemon or a sunflower. As you breathe in a vibrant yellow color, feel it expand your joy, self-worth, and personal power. See yourself successful and deeply fulfilled in your dream job. Dare to dream it and see it and feel it. Feeling the yellow chakra empower you as you move up to your heart chakra at the center of your chest, and visualize a beautiful emerald green or a soft pink glowing ball of light. This is the chakra of love for yourself and others. Let it glow, bringing gifts of compassion, self-acceptance, and the ability to love deeply and sweetly. Breathe in pink or green and let these feelings expand, seeing yourself living in perfect harmony with everyone in your life. Let it fill you with gratitude for this opportunity to live in this wonderful world. Feel your heart swell with compassion and forgiveness for yourself and for others. Now let this chakra continue to glow and spin and gently move up to your throat chakra, which is located in your throat, visualizing a beautiful blue color. This chakra enables you to communicate with truth and wisdom and express yourself with confidence. Breathing blue in and out. And see yourself happily expressing your uniqueness through a creative outlet you enjoy, such as singing, dancing, playing a sport, praying, anything you do for fun. Let this chakra continue to glow and spin and gently move up to your third eye chakra, located at the center of your forehead. See a beautiful, deep, purpley blue indigo. this color glowing ball of light. As it glows, it expands your imagination, your psychic ability, your inner knowing, your magnificence, and your wisdom. Feel fully supported by the universe as you pursue your personal growth goals. Happily following your highest path. See yourself living your ideal in the personal growth area of your life, whatever that means to you. Now let this indigo light continue to glow and spin as you gently move up to your crown chakra at the top of your head. This is a chakra of spirituality, thought, and service to others. Breathe in violet or white, gold or silver, and let this chakra glow as it brings gifts of self-knowledge, spiritual connection, and bliss. See yourself living in wisdom and awareness, surrendering into divine love, joyfully contributing to the world in the way most meaningful for you. Let this chakra glow and spin as you bring your awareness back to the golden, glowing light above your head. Watch as it transforms into a golden pot. Now breathe it in through your crown chakra to your third eye chakra, throat chakra, heart chakra, solar and sacral chakra, right down to your root chakra. On exhalation, breathe it back up the way it came. As it passes through each chakra, see the pot filling with gold coins, representing the gifts and attributes of each one. Now visualize the beautiful pot of gold above your head, once again, overflowing with sparkling gold coins. This is your unique pot of gold, filled with everything you could ever want. Let them rain down on you. Spend as long as you like in this peaceful state, visualizing all your dreams come true, as you finally lay claim to your pot of gold. knowing that you can do this meditation at any time, at any place, at any space, with any breath. And this is what I know. I know that that divine power, that magnificence that I call God, spirit, cosmic intelligence, force, whatever name I give it, it is all that there is. And it is living and moving and having its being through each one of us. We are the divine expression of the one, unique, perfect, and whole. We are the expansive quality of the universe. And all is laid open for us to accept, to know, to affirm, to be. Spirit is having a grand and magnificent life through each one of us. We name this and we claim this. We let ourselves vibrate and resonate at a harmony and a frequency that invites in all the good of the universe. We accept this now. We declare this now. And we have an expectation of this divine flow, of this creative potential made manifest through our lives, moving out into the world, creating a world that works for all. And we are a part of it, and we're conscious of it. And it is good. It is so good. It feels powerful. It resonates. It feels magnificent. And so today I just give gratitude and thanks. I give gratitude and thanks for this time that I'm giving to myself to meditate and pray, for doing a spiritual practice of showing up on Sunday and listening to the magnificent words and message of Reverend Raymont, of watching the interpreters do this magic with their hands for our hearing impaired community, for everything that goes on in the background, for our host with the most, Tracy, for Jim, and for Frank for hosting this Zoom, for our meditation, for our magical, mystical, wonderful music, voices of the angels through Safi. I just give gratitude in everything today. My heart is open to receive more and more. As I receive, I give. I understand the reciprocal nature of the universe, and it is good. It is wonderful. I am grateful. So I release this treatment into the law, understanding how it works. It is done unto me as I believe. I believe the highest and best good is unfolding in my life, in the life of my family, relationships, community, country, and world. Together, we are the ones we have been waiting for, and we are creating a world that works for all. And I say, amen, ashe, and so it is.
Good morning. Ooh. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, all. Yes. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Baltimore's virtual service. Yes. I am your host, Tracy Rhymes. Woo! I'm my own cheerleading corner. Our senior minister, Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson, is our speaker today. Woo woo! And that beautiful voice you just heard, if you were with us, is our musician, Safi Lynn. Serving as today's practitioner, one of the hardest women working in CSL, who led that powerful pre-service meditation is Sue Monahan. Woo! Assisting with making this service open, inviting, and accessible to the deaf community are our sign language interpreters, Deidre Wilcher and Faith Moore. Working behind the scenes, holding things down while everything's going on is Frank Matthew and Jim Lefter. Woo! On behalf of Reverend Dr. Ray, thank you all for your service. Okay. You know, at CSLGB, every Sunday is an Invite a Friend Sunday. So we say friend, but you know, you have a friend or a family member or a neighbor or a sibling. I know sibling, family member, I got it, I understand. Someone who you want to participate in this service with you, with us, come on and invite them. Make sure you spread the love and invite friend, family member, or 2 or 3 or 12. Yes, we would love to have them hang out with us. Yes, we would. So, before Sue sets the tone and grounds us in prayer, let me share this about her. Sue Monahan has been part of this teaching since 2004. She has been a practitioner since 2013. Sue believes that we are the point of power in our lives, that our essence is spiritual and it is good. It is her desire to let Spirit reveal this wonderful truth through her. Sue is committed to CSLGB's vision that we are demonstrating a world that works for all. One life-affirming thought, word, feeling, deed, and one human interaction at a time. We all make a difference in other people's lives. May our light shine for all to see. Thank you, Sue.
Tracy. Good morning, everybody. So just right where you are right now in this place and space, breathing in this sacred breath, this gift, every breath a gift of life, every breath reminding of the truth of our being, that there's one life, and it's God's Spirit expressing through each one of us. And just knowing that feels magnificent. So today we accept this truth. We accept this higher knowing. We accept this idea of going deeper and showing up as that which is God, that which is God expanding in, as, and through us. We choose today to know that for ourselves, to know that and experience that for others. We come today together as a community that understands and recognizes that there is a world that works for all and that we're part of it. Just being so grateful for having this time to come together, to go deeper, and to know the sweet, sweet truth of our being and all those around us. I am so grateful for this. I'm grateful for the message and all that goes on in the background for everyone that's showing up today or anyone that will hear this message later. It is powerful. It is God's divine expression. We are all the delight of the divine. It is good. And I say, and so it is.
And so it is. Yes. Thank you, Sue. Okay, the Center for Spiritual Living Greater Baltimore's community honors the world's religions. One tree, many branches. One mountain, many paths. One world, many religions and spiritual traditions. With the lighting of these candles on the first Sunday of each month, we not only honor each person on their select path, but we also bless them and recognize the light, the love, and the life-affirming nature of spirit as it shows itself in each path, in each practice, and in each person. I have announcements. We currently have 3 weekly ongoing ways for you to study, learn, and discuss. First and third Monday nights, hang out with the Sacred Contracts Book Club, hosted by Nancy Rosenberg. You can move on down to Wednesday night and hang out with the Science of Mind textbook exploration group, facilitated by Reverend Dr. Ray. Or you can hang out on Thursday nights with the study group facilitated by Dr. Ronnie Ellington. There is a new service that you can subscribe to receive weekly words of wisdom. Each week, CSLGB's spiritual leadership team will send you words of inspiration, contemplation, meditation, and more. Y'all like how that moves? All right. Okay. Interested? Send an email to info@cslgreaterbaltimore.org. Membership. The Discovery class is available online. Easy. Contact us at info@cslgreaterbaltimore.org or visit the website for more information on becoming a member of CSLGB. Okay, I know y'all like to stay informed. Sign up for the CSLGB newsletter, the CSLGB Facebook and Instagram pages, and get more news and information by visiting cslgreaterbaltimore.org. Wow. Okay, so while I struggle here, would you like to receive a daily text or voicemail from Reverend Dr. Ray? I heard you. If so, here's what you do. I want you to go get your phones now and type in JOIN, and this is the number that you do it to: 883-663-9021. You got that? That's all you have to do to begin receiving your daily inspirations. And I'm going to tell you this. I get both the text and the phone call. And to make sure I can identify it, so I know when the message is coming, I saved it. And mine says CSLGB Minister Message. That's just me. And I save it to my contacts. So when it pops up, if I'm unavailable to take the call at the moment or read the text, I can go back later and listen to the voicemail. And I can make sure if I miss something, I can replay it again. Just letting you know. There you go. All right. Come on. All right. So, CSLGB Ministry of Education. We told you. It's here. We have an upcoming class. The title of it is The Scientific Art of Prayer. Check that out. The purpose of this class is to provide the tools that will change your life. The scientific art of prayer is that tool. Though the scientific art of prayer uses the same 5 steps of affirmative prayer: recognition, unification, realization, thanksgiving, and release, you will learn to no longer just speak your word. You will be the place through which word is made flesh. You become the living embodiment of the spoken word. That's right. Learning to give an affirmative prayer is working with the letter of the law. While living affirmative prayer, living as answered prayer is being in the spirit of the law. The main purpose of this class is to demonstrate that your word is what really creates your reality. You don't want to miss this opportunity to deepen your conscious use of the power that is deep within you. For full details and to sign up today, send an email to info@cslgreaterbaltimore.org. I know I'm sending my email in this week. I'm going to make sure I get early because I'm going to be in this one. Are you joining me? Come on! There's room for you. All right. Prayer works. I said it first, but on 3, we're going to say it together. If you're joining us for the first time, on 3, we all shout from the depths of inside. Woo. Prayer works. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Prayer works. That's right. I heard y'all. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. We, as a community, continue to treat and move our feet knowing the truth for everyone around the planet. Prayer requests can be sent at any time via email to info@cslgreaterbaltimore.org. Now, here we go. Our musician today, Sophie Lynn. She is an international singer, songwriter, musician, and teaching artist who considers her music medicine to open hearts and feed the soul. With a performance degree from the Peabody Conservatory of Music, a #1 house music song in South Africa, 5 independently released albums with the 6 on its way, and a 2015 and 2010 Individual Artist Award in solo performance from the Maryland State Arts Council. She sings songs channeled through her with a passion to open and connect hearts around the world. She is honored to also perform with her medicine music band, Overglow, and teach private voice lessons for those ready to release their singing voice and their fears using her own vocal ladder teaching method. To learn more about her and all she is doing, visit her website, sahffi.com. I give you something. That was beautiful, Safi. Thank you. Now, at this time, Sue will come and lead us in a spiritual practice.
So just breathing in deeply. And centering and grounding yourself in this moment, wherever you happen to be. Just breathing in. Just allowing each breath to fill us up And as we're doing this, let's just do a quick body scan to see anywhere, any place or space that we may be holding tension. Or maybe just even in our emotions or our thoughts. And then for this brief moment in time, just breathe in and allow that breath to fill us up, sending it to these spots or places of disconnect. So just remembering to breathe in, and as you do this, I want you to breathe up through your feet, up through your spine, all the way up through your head. And imagine this beautiful energy moving up and out and surrounding and encasing your whole body. Imagine it to be every color possible. Imagine it just vibrating and resonating. That it has this quality of wholeness and health and abundance. Breathing in as we experience this energy moving up through our body, moving out the top of our heads, our crown chakra, having an energy sphere. Just divine energy, creative potential. Just allowing ourselves to feel the comfort of that. To breathe in and affirm life. To know that each one of us is a divine spark of the magnificence of God's Spirit. Breathing in love and encircling ourselves in love. Blessing ourselves in love and those around us. Affirming the truth of our being, that we are love, that we are joy expressed, that we are this delight, divinity, the perfection that is God expressing and expanding as only it can through us. When we take this time and really connect, breathing in and going deeply into this, breathing in this vibration and this expectancy of good in our lives. As Ernest calls this, holding this mental equivalent, not holding it, but really just resonating this with this idea of our creative potential, of our imagination, of creating this place and this space right now of comfort, sacred joy and love. Just breathing it in and up and out, feeling encircled by this, feeling rejuvenated by it, revivified. Just letting every cell and fiber of our being partake in this love and light. Just being open and receptive. Knowing as we do this for ourselves that we can see this in others. We know their divine light, even when they may not know it. Even in the midst of chaos, with all the goings on this week, we can still breathe in and be the light, and know the light, and show the light, and speak the light. I'm grateful for this. I am grateful for this meditation as a prayer. I am grateful for this elevation of vibration, this resonance, this magnificence that is showing up through each one of us. Just unique perfections of the one. So grateful for this. So knowing that there's only God, that there's only one, that each one of us is this creative potential, that each one of us is a demonstration of this joy in our life. That each one of us comes together today to see this, to be this, to feel this. And it is good. It is so good. So as we do this for this ourselves, we can do this for others. We can see this in our world. We can dare to imagine a world that works for all. We can dare to walk this walk and talk this talk. We are the ones we've been waiting for. It is good. It is so good. I release this treatment. I release it into the law, knowing that it's already done. As I create the vibration and the mental equivalent, it must come forward in this world that we are creating. I am grateful. It is good, and so it is.
Thank you, Sue. And so it is. All righty. So, it's that time of service. Senior Minister, Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Baltimore, Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson. He has frequently been referred to as a Renaissance man. One look at his resume and the reason becomes clear. As a lifelong learner with a passion for self-development, personal transformation, transmutation, and self-awakening, he lives his bliss as a teacher, mentor, speaker, minister, and so much more. His mission is to live, move, and be an active, which is an acronym, authentic, compassionate, transparent, inspired, vibrant, and empowered. That's the acronym. Member of society who serves to educate, elucidate, emancipate, awaken, which is what he just did when he touched his cold hands on me, and empower people and communities. And I'm going to say it. Revy Rev, come knock it out the park. Click, 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 click.
Tracy got jokes this morning.
Tracy got jokes.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. So here we are in our second Sunday of January 2021.
Woo!
Today, continuing our conversation about this idea of timeless wisdom and evolutionary vision, today's title is All is One. Two sentences that we often read and or say in Centers for Spiritual Living are, this one manifests itself in and through all creation, but is not absorbed by its creation. That's the first sentence. And we also tend to say, we envision all people, all beings, and all life as expressions of God. Saying them is good, while knowing them is better, and acting on them is greater still. And it is a demonstration of how we apply our timeless wisdom and evolutionary vision in our lives each day and in the world today. Like, that's the idea. If we're going to acknowledge and recognize that God is all there is and what it is we must be, then ultimately the idea is, okay, how do I live that? How do I bring that into the world? So here's this idea. How many number ones are there? If I ask you that question, how many ones exist? And not just exist today, but have ever existed or ever will be. In all of history and time, how many times has a number one been used, been counted, been spoken, been written? How many number ones have there ever been? Has this in any way reduced the number that can be used. Meaning, once you hit 1,000 people have used the number 1. Okay, we're running short on number 1s. Okay, we have to divide the number to figure out exactly how many people are going to be allowed to use the number 1 this year because we're running out of them. Or somehow has the number 1 been made less by using the number 1. Now, I'm sure if you've been involved in New Thought or Centers for Spiritual Living for any number of years, or hey, it could be weeks, then you get my drift. You get what I am saying when I reference this. We are understanding that we believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. This one manifests itself in, through, and as all of creation, but is not absorbed, is not lessened, is not made less than by its creation. The more and more God shows up, the more and more God shows up. Period. The more we love, there isn't less love to love. The more we are generous, we don't deplete generosity. The more we are forgiveness in expression, we don't deplete and weaken the amount of forgiveness that there is. When we embody it, we actually strengthen it because we are bringing it into the active, demonstrated use in our lives. We are embodying God. We are embodying love. We are embodying peace. And when we embody it, it increases in recognition, it increases in alignment, it increases in demonstration. Ernest Holmes says, God is incarnated in all persons and individualized through all creation without loss to itself. Same thing we just said. God is not made less than when it individualizes, when it manifests, when it demonstrates. It doesn't become less. There is one infinite reality. We call it many names, including, but not limited to, God, life, universal spirit, infinite intelligence, first cause, or the thing itself. The one infinite reality is undivided. It is complete. It is whole within itself. This oneness creates everything out of itself, and therefore includes both the absolute and the relative, the tangible and the intangible, the physical and the metaphysical aspects of reality. God is all there is. There's no way out of it. So everything that is seen and unseen and yet to be seen is all God. All that is heard and I can't hear it and it's yet to be heard is all God. It's all, every vibration, God. Every physicalization, God. Every breath, God. Every prayer, God. Every act of generosity, God. God is present in, through, and all as it is, everything. But when we stand in conscious alignment, then that life-affirming love and joy and light must be what's demonstrated. So let's keep in mind that there can be one library made up of numerous books, one forest made up of numerous trees, one beach, numerous grains of sand, one ocean, numerous drops of water, one city made up of multiple and numerous buildings, one physical body made up of numerous systems that make the body function, and one world made up of multiple countries, continents, belief systems, individualized expressions of God, and yet there is one. I mention this because we already know this. The thing is, we don't translate this. We somehow think, well, it's a library and it's a city and it's an ocean, but that's not God. That's just the ocean, Reverend Ray. That's just the library, Reverend Ray. That's just the city, Reverend Ray. If God is all there is, then each of these is a demonstration of a spiritual principle and a spiritual blueprint, a spiritual template. So when we can recognize that a city is a demonstration of God, the human body, a demonstration of God, a beach and an ocean and a library and a forest, the demonstration of God, then we somehow get to this point where we're like, so it shows up everywhere and in everything. And when I'm then able to bring my awareness to this everywhere and everything, I am standing in alignment by recognizing God truly is all there is. The all is one, and the one is all. That there is no separation of where, well, this is God, but this isn't. Well, that's God, but those clearly aren't. It's all God. So do we give ourselves permission to find the presence of and the allness of in all of these places and things that we already know and acknowledge in our world? We already know that I can say the word apple, and it does, and I can say it over and over and over again. Apple, 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 apple. And it doesn't mean somewhere some tree is like getting ready to grow an apple. And it's like, oh, can't grow one. Ray just used them all up. We understand that even if I eat all the apples that are in the refrigerator, I can sit down and draw 1,000,000 apples. Because the concept of apple, the essence of apple, can never be depleted. Why? Because it's God, and God can never be depleted. It can never be made less than. When do we start to bring this awareness into our regularly, everyday living, moving, and beingness? The sacred books of all peoples declare that God is one, a unity from which nothing can be excluded and to which nothing can be added. Ernest Holmes said this. To which we then go to Muada Ashby, author of the Egyptian Book of the Dead, the Book of Coming Forth by Day. He said, there are two roads which human beings can follow, one of wisdom and the other of ignorance. The path of the masses is generally the path of ignorance, which leads them into negative situations, thoughts, and deeds. These in turn lead to ill health and sorrow in life. The other road is based on wisdom, and it leads to health, true happiness, and enlightenment. Does this not sound very familiar to Ernest Holmes when he said, eventually we shall understand that all human bondage is an invention of ignorance? All evil is either a misuse of this power, the law, or a misunderstanding of it. Everything that is wrong in our experience, whether we call it pain, sickness, poverty, unhappiness, racism, sexism, homophobia, war, doesn't matter what we call it, it is a denial of the allness of God. And we breathe, because that's a lot to take in. So when we recognize that, okay, so God is all there is, it's everything, then we are invited to recognize then what is the practice? Like, how do I align with this? How do I embody this? Well, one thing is to get out of the idea of thinking that one thing is the practice. Meditation in and of itself is a practice, but it's no different than grocery shopping watching the news, going to the dentist, which Tracy and I just did this past Wednesday. The practice is everything you do when you bring the presence consciously to the practice. When you go grocery shopping, do you go recognizing the infinite? Sue did this morning's pre-service meditation, and in the pre-service meditation, the focus was abundance. This abundance of spirit, this abundance of energy, this abundance of love and joy and conscious alignment in, through, and as the chakras express and open and bloom. Abundance. Do you go to the grocery store and recognize the infinite abundance that made this possible? You went in there with the intention of, get a loaf of bread. I got to get a loaf of bread. How many people made that loaf of bread possible for you to even pick it off the shelf? How many miles were driven? How many grains went into the actual mill of, like, there is abundance demonstrating throughout the store. But what do we tend to do? We are so myopic in our focus that we go to get what we want, and when we don't see what we want, they didn't have it. Every time I go, it's never there. Why is it never there? And therefore, we practice scarcity because it's what we're focusing on. Rather than simply acknowledging it, okay, it's not there right now. It's not in the store right now, but let me consciously acknowledge and affirm that I know it exists. I know it is somewhere. So if I want it, then let me declare this and go to a different grocery store and find it. Or let me pray and know that the next time I go to get it, it will be there. Rather than, I wonder if it's going to be here when I go this time, because last week when I went, it wasn't there. Do we focus on the abundance of? When we go to the dentist, most of the time we're not going there in a happy mood. We're not going there with happy feet. We're going there with the, oh God, I hope they don't find a cavity. Oh, I hope he doesn't have to pull something. Oh my goodness, it's going to hurt. Oh, like that's the mood when we're going to, for many people, not everybody goes with happy feet. I'm going to the dentist today. Like, not many people sing and dance on their way to the dentist. But the point is, it still demonstrates this awareness of knowing I am going to the dentist for them to acknowledge and recognize and restore and bring my teeth into alignment with right and perfect health and well-being. It is no less a demonstration, it is no less a sacred space than any temple, synagogue, mosque, holy ground, sacred site. But the question is, do we go there with that as the intention? Do we go there recognizing that? In the book, The Practice by Seth Godin, he says, the practice demands that we approach our process with commitment. It acknowledges that creativity is not an event. It's simply what we do, whether or not we're in the mood. Now let's superimpose this and say it acknowledges that spirituality is not an event. It is simply what we do, whether we're in the mood or not. It's all that is. It's everything that is. You are spirit. So you are living, moving, and having your beingness as spirituality in the flesh. Whether you're in the mood to be spiritual or not, are we committed to bringing this process of practice to each moment, to align and be in alignment each moment by moment by moment? Reginald Armour says in the book, that was Ernest. He, Ernest, constantly searched for new plateaus of understanding and wisdom, always keeping in mind his lifelong premise, there is only one life and only one law, from which all things come. Do we do this? Do we constantly search for new plateaus of understanding and wisdom? Do we engage the practice that we may spiral up, that we may move through spiral dynamics and evolve in our consciousness, that when we reach one summit and one plateau, that when we go to the other side, there is yet another one to climb? That the hero's journey is never complete, that once you've cycled through it once, you simply spiral and cycle up again? Do we practice it in this manner? Joel Goldsmith says, the contemplative meditation should consist of every statement that you can bring to conscious remembrance that has to do with the truth that spirit is the only power. But what if it's not just the contemplative meditation, but it's the contemplative life that should consist of every statement that you can bring to conscious remembrance that has to do with the truth that spirit is the only power. Spirit is the only power. Bring that statement, that consciousness, that awareness to every aspect of our lives. And then we realize that it doesn't matter if we're walking the dog. Spirit is there. It doesn't matter if we're making dinner with our children. Spirit is there. It doesn't matter if we're dining with friends or alone. Spirit is there. The contemplative life is I contemplate the oneness and allness of spirit, the oneness and allness of God in, through, and as everything, every time, every place, everyone, period. There's an old Zen proverb saying that says, the way a person does one thing is the way they do everything. Why is that even significant? Because if we're recognizing that God is all there is, and what it is you are, then the way you bring that to one thing is the way you bring it to everything. Pause and take that in. How are you bringing this awareness? Laziness? Do you bring laziness to everything you do? Or do you bring love and joy and power and passion and abundance to everything? Do you bring conscious alignment to everything? And we breathe. Because that's our choice. We get to choose. We get to choose. We get to choose wisdom or ignorance. Knowing ignorance brings chaos, it brings insurrection, it brings illness. That's ignorance. Or do we choose wisdom, which brings unity and oneness and cooperation? John 10:30 says, I and the Father are one. Recognizing that, we understand that it can be said in many ways. I and Spirit are one. I and the universe are one. I and the thing itself are one. I and the infinite intelligence are one. I and the Tao are one. Doesn't matter what you call it. Are you living in conscious alignment with the one? Are you living and moving and having your beingness as the one? Not just it in us, but it's all that we are. This week's practice. In what ways do I practice the presence daily? Journal, write that out. Ask yourself that. And for real, the contemplative life, contemplate what this means. In what ways do I practice the presence daily? And if I currently do not, am I willing to begin a daily practice? And if I am, what might that practice look like? What might that practice be? And I encourage you, because the more we engage in this, the more we converse about it, think about it, speak about it, pray about it, meditate about it, align with it and embody it, the more it becomes the new normal. So have a conversation with a couple of folks Could be a small group setting, social distancing, of course, or it could be via Zoom or phone, like whatever it is, but have the conversation with several people and discuss and share without judgment what it means to you to be an individualization of the one, God. Is there anything that this realization calls or invites you to be or to do at any given time? What does it mean? What does it invite you to expand into? What does it invite you to be? What does it invite you to do? How does it invite you to show up? Our declaration this week: today and forever, I and life are one. Together, if you are ready. Today and forever, I and life are one. And we breathe in gratitude, we breathe in joy, we breathe in recognition that there is only this infinite power and the abundance of God is present. And knowing that the abundance of God is present, we know that this abundance of love and joy is preparing to gift us with another amazing blessing of higher vibration through song. Put your hands together as we welcome our beloved Safi.
Thanks for singing along.
As always, beautiful. So pause and take in what Safi just shared. And think about the next time you're on the bus or in your car, what is it that you are praying here now? The next time you're at the dentist's office or the doctor's office, what is it that you are praying here now? The next time you're watching the news, what is it that you are choosing to pray here now? Because as I always say, you can't breathe tomorrow's breath. And I can't rebreathe a breath like, oh man, I could have breathed another breath while we were out walking 20,000 steps. Man, can I rebreathe that now? I can't rebreathe the breath from yesterday, and I can't save one for rainy days. I can only breathe this breath now. So in that recognition that now is the only time we have, what are we choosing moment by moment in this now moment to pray, meaning our thoughts, our words, our feelings, the alignment of who we are being? What am I choosing to be in alignment with now? What am I choosing to express as God now? What am I choosing to embody as God now? What is my life as the very prayer of the infinite I am praying right now? Ora, ora, aquí. Thank you, Safi. Beautiful. That was a whole message right there. Oh, you know. See what you done did to me? Okay, so... Woo! So at this time of service, we are aligning with and recognizing that as an abundant and infinite and prosperous and powerful community, we are moving into what is our next phase of what it means to live the vision of CSL Greater Baltimore. What it means to have our own space, what it means to have thriving ministries of education and youth and music and acting and drama and theater and sign language and stuff and art and dance and yoga and stuff. Infinite, prosperous, and abundant. In alignment with that, so check this out. So for those who've been with us, you know that we had the practitioner pledge, the community pledge, and the anonymous donor pledge that was going from June of last year to December of last year. However, some folks are like, don't let the good times end. Like, why should we stop pledging? So the numbers I gave you last Sunday have increased. The new numbers are, for the practitioner pledge, $5,522.50. For the community matching, $25.50. And for the anonymous donor matching the community, another $25.50. Tracy's applauding. So keep in mind that these funds people are tithing into, recognizing what CSL Greater Baltimore as a beloved community is moving into, is this idea of living into the vision, living the vision, living into the expansion of this center, this community. But how do we tithe, Reverend Ray? How do we donate? How? Let me tell you, Tracy.
Come on.
You can do this via PayPal.
What?
You can do it via text messaging.
Come on.
Right? You can even send a check. I know people may not remember them, but they're little slips of paper that you fill in, and you can put it into the regular postal mail service.
And it arrives.
And it arrives.
I knew that's right.
Like magic.
Woo!
And if you ever want any more information, feel free to go to the website /giving, and you can get that, or email any of us on the board or the treasurer, and we will give you more information. And keep in mind that you can designate a certain portion of your offering to, say, the Emergency Care Fund, the Future Youth Ministry. Like, you can donate or divide, multiply, add, however it is you want to do your calculus, to say a portion of this goes here and here into the prosperity of CSL Greater Baltimore.
Thank you in advance.
Thank you in advance. Now, let us declare what we know as our prosperity with our prosperity declaration. Tracy clears her throat, and we begin. I joyfully, consciously, and gratefully participate in the law of circulation.
Well,
I trust in the spiritual principle that says, as I sow into my beloved community, I demonstrate my awareness of standing not only in the flow, but as the flow itself. As I sow of myself, my time, my treasure, my talent, I demonstrate my support and engagement in my community's vision, mission, and purpose. I actively give as a demonstration of manifesting, of reaping the harvest of a world that works for all. And we breathe that in, recognizing the infinite flow of, the infinite divine influx of, the infinite overflow of this timeless wisdom that is God, and this evolutionary vision that is God, expressing this infinitude of all that is present right here, showing up as our prosperity, our abundance, all of our time, talents, gifts, treasures. It's all God and it's all good. And so we take that, recognizing that we must be awesome. So if we're the awesomeness that God is expressing, individualizing as us, then let's go out and be what we already are. Let's be awesome today.
Yeah.
And knowing that it's what we are being, then that which we do must be awesomeness in the doing. Awesomeness in action. And so we breathe, moving on, recognizing that after service you have the opportunity for one-on-one prayer with our practitioner on duty today, the amazing, the magnificent, the beautiful Sue Monahan. Yeah, so Sue is available for one-on-one prayer. All you got to do is type prayer in the chat box, and Tracy will make sure that in the order she sees you requesting prayer, she will move you into a breakout room to pray with Sue. However, if you are unable to stay for prayer, you can always send a prayer request at any time
Anytime.
to info@CSL Greater Baltimore, or just send one to me and I'll make sure we're on it. So you can always send one to Raymont Anderson at RaymontAnderson.com.
They're standing by, waiting to pray for and with
Tracy
you.
said, like the practitioners are standing by, ready to pray with you. Please call now, 1-800. No, I'm just messing. And real quick, for those who may have time or are interested after service today, we are also having a strategic planning meeting, so feel free to stick around for that if you so choose. At this time, let us simply anchor and ground in this infinite wellspring of God, knowing that Spirit, Source, the Tao, the Force, the all that is breathing itself as each one of us. That every thought we think is being thought in the mind of God, and every word we speak is God speaking, and every emotion is how God is feeling itself in these incarnated bodies. And the ways in which we serve is how God serves, how God rolls up its sleeves and serves, how God shows up. So let us recognize that spirituality is not what is done on the top of a mountain or in some cave, but it is what is done in the car, in traffic, in the grocery store, in the line to go vote. It is what is done when we are in the midst of a courageous conversation, an awkward and uncomfortable conversation, that this is what spirituality is. This is what it is to have a contemplative life, knowing that God, the oneness, is all there is. And so we bring that to the presence of our lives with gratitude, surrendered into the law, knowing the law is already doing what it does. And together we declare this, knowing it is true, and oh so true, and good, and oh so good, by saying, and so it is. Namaste, everybody. Much love.
Namaste.
Make today an awesome day by being an awesome individual.
There you
Love
go.
y'all.